Greetings and welcome to the studio. This is something I am testing out. I've not really done live streaming before, so why not give it a go? Who knows? I mean, what else is there to do on a bank holiday Monday? So yeah, I've got my coffee. I'm sat in the studio. I'm working out what should we do today. And to be honest, there isn't really a plan. I mean, I've got about 4 tracks that I do need to finish. They've kind of taken so long to finish and get over. We'll get over the line, and by that I mean like obviously finishing the arrangement and stuff. But then you've got things, obviously the mixing, mastering, yeah, to a certain point, because I can't afford to, send it to someone else. So I am doing that myself, and it's a lovely sunny day. And yeah, and I'm indoors doing this, so great. But you've got to try these things out. So, it's 9:40 in the morning, and yeah, I think it's time. It's good to let off some steam and just make some music and see what comes out. It's always a good first thing to do is to try and splurge and try and not care about what you're making. Just let it all out. So I think we should try that to start with. So let's go into here. I'll get my headphones on. All right. And if this doesn't work, well, then you live and learn. So I normally start with I create something in here. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I normally try and start with. I think my headphones are playing up, of course. And there we go. Right, wonderful. So let's start off. I like to create an atmosphere from the beginning. So record any sound. I mean, to be fair, I could put a sample in there. Do you know what? Could I try that? I might actually try that, actually. Why not? We should find a random sample and put it in there. And then we'll create an atmosphere from it. So let's do that. Let's go to my library. Oh, we've got some found sounds here. Let's have a look. Oh, these are weird. That's my old cat purring. Put it in my neck. I'll turn that down. Right. Let's think of. Yeah, well, let's just do it. I think we know what key it's in, but we can work that out later. Pretty mental. Right, okay, so we'll bounce that. And what that'll do, that'll give us a nice long reverb delay tail, which we can mess around with. And then we can just loop and see what's interesting in it. Oh. I mean, it sounds pretty menacing. Let's try this. Yeah, maybe do. That'll do. Right, so we're going to take that, cut that up, put it into my vocal atmosphere track stack, which is basically for textures and atmospheres, as it says on the tin. And if we loop that, play that. Now, there will be clipping because it is an audio sample, so it clips every time it goes round on loop. So what we'll do, get rid of that. And we'll see if it's in an actual key. Yes. Yes, it is. A lot of sharps going on. So it's got F sharp, G sharp's the main fundamental. Then we've got F sharp and then a bit of A sharp as well. So what on earth is that key going to be? So if we did G sharp, and we want F sharp, which is, that one. And A sharp, which would be that one. I think I will just make a decision. G sharp, well, that's what we'll do. We'll create this track in G sharp minor. Okay, get rid of that. And this will just say G sharp, loop length 1 bar. Ooh. There's a lot of there we go. There's a lot of build up there, which will cause havoc later on, and it doesn't sound very nice. So we'll do that, and then we'll see what else part we could use of the original. So that is an uneven amount, so we could loop that at the same time. See what that sounds together. Oh. I mean, it sounds a bit like a mess, but we're splurging, so we don't care. So let's do that. So this is poly. I don't know what emotion this is causing, but it sounds more like a nightmare. Not exactly giving me sunny day vibes, but we'll give it a go anyway. So let's do that. I don't know what that is in, but we don't care. So we're going to use it, bounce it, do the same thing again. See if we can create a chord out of what we've got. So we've got G sharps here. So if we wanted to make a chord, we've got G sharp as the root. So that's what we'll do. Maybe something shorter. We'll try that. And then we don't know, we'll loop this, see what note that's playing in. Can hear that click, which we've got rid of. It's a bit quiet. And we'll see what note that's playing. So we've got D sharp. That's a B. Do we have a B? I don't know. I don't think B is in the key, so it won't fit. But if we wanted to make a chord, we've got the root. So let's go with, maybe we do actually. If that is C sharp, third note, let's go on the piano roll. So we've got G sharp, which is there. And if we wanted a chord, so it'd be, and it's in minor, I think it's tone, tone, semitone. So it'd be C sharp. That's the third one. Yeah, so we've missed out B. Yeah. Is that right? G sharp. So tone. Yeah. Tone. Yeah. So if we put it up 2, or 1, we can get the... Well, we could do it just by ear, to be fair. Oops. I've changed the wrong one. Whoop. So this should be... There's the fundamental. So if we hover over this, there it is. What is that? Yeah, C sharp. So that's fine. That's one of the... I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Anyway, get rid of that. Sounds alright though. Yeah, C sharp. And then we add the other two. Now, so that'd be C sharp, and that's looping every half bar. So it's got a lot more energy. Now, we could just have this as... Oh, no. That at the end of the second bar to make it a bit more different. So we got the whole thing. Get rid of that. Yes. Right, need to change. What with G sharp minor? Right. That's a fourth. So that if that is C sharp, that's actually a fourth of the scale. So we'll go there. Which is fine. That one's really noisy, that. That sounds fine. But when you add it in... I think... Does that need a delay? We could just stick on one. I want it to ring out a bit. Yes. It's still cut up though, so I need to fade it in. And right, should we get some drums in? Why not? We love drums. So let's do this. So we'll do that. I've forgotten to plug my sub pack in, of course. Well, there we go. There we go, it's better. Right, now I can feel the actual bass. I'm running out of coffee. Right. Add some swing. That just sounds much better. Right, so that's repeating every 4. So we're going to put that in a folder. And it's, let's just do answer. Okay. So now we can get here the whole loop, because it's got polyrhythms in. It's going to sound different as it goes through. So let's do that. Is that even? Yeah, it is in the right key. So what I might do, I might just get rid of that pattern and go into ideas mode so I can record something in. make this shakers poly as well, so that repeats different patterns. We've got the swing 21%. We need to make sure we've added on that as well. Then let's get rid of the steps. Let's do 7 steps. So it's going to repeat every 7 steps, as you'll see. So I'm picturing, obviously we don't want this 2-bar one just repeating all the time because it'll get boring for everyone. You, me, everyone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate it, but we're going to change this first note into 2 notes. So hopefully it sounds not too bad. We'll change the timing. Oh. Bring it a bit forward. Classic. I haven't saved it. This could be disastrous. So we'll save it as record it as first live stream. So let's just do it. G sharp minor. Right. We'll do that, and we'll press save. Yeah. G sharp minor. Great. We saved it. Praise the Lord. What I'm going to do is sidechain the atmospheres that we did earlier to the kick. Let's give it a bit more energy. So let's do that. So you'll hear the difference. Hopefully it won't break it. More energy now. Yes, now we're talking. I don't know what it's going to remind me of, but we're going. You thought it, you know. Right, should we try some vocals? That would be interesting. So I'm going to turn my mic off, and we're going to go, because otherwise you'll hear me twice, like this. We don't want that. So I'm going to mute my mic, and then press record, and then see what happens. So let's go. Now that could sound awful, and it probably will, but this is splurging. Just let's see what it sounds like. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know I mean, the timing's off, obviously, because there is a bit of delay, not delay, latency, because my computer is not amazing. It does the business, but it will be delayed slightly as it records in. So, I didn't know what I was doing. And that timing's off as well. I mean, so we could leave it, or we could try and tidy it up now. It is well, it's not really splurging if we're tidying up the timing. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. Right, and also, it might not be in key, in tune. Probably not. So, I've got this great plugin called Crispy Tuner. So this will just kind of, it's a bit, I suppose it is auto-tune. I mean, well, we could do proper T-Pain if we wanted. So G sharp, you set the key there. And if I turn this up to extreme, we could go full T-Pain. Hopefully, listen to this. I didn't know what I was doing. That is terrible. I didn't know what to do. I mean, it's quite funny. I might use it for something. But without it, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. See, fine. I mean, we could do a funny T-Pain version later on, but I didn't know. So now we're going to bake that tuning into the audio. Now we can put it in the. Get rid of that. Right. So now we've got a lovely. Whoop. Is it that? Oh no, it's that. No, it's not that. I forgot what the keys are. Oop, not definitely not that. Oh. Nope. Oh. Oh, don't know. I forgot what the keys are. But never mind. So anyway, that's now in the where the vocals go. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. Perfect. So we can get rid of the original. What are we going to add next? We had some. What I like to do is do what I call drum kit roulette. So this is where I've run out of coffee. Disaster. This is where I like to just add in, audition random drum kits and see how they sound. So what do I mean by that? You just load in a random drum kit and see what, play in context, see what drum sounds could fit well with the track. So let's try that. Any of these. Now nothing works. Why is that? Why is that? Nothing works. Maybe it's a dodgy. Right, let's try that instead. There we go. Weird sounds, but let's see if it fits with anything we've got here. That sounds like a good clap. See what I mean? Let's try something else. Ah. So that works as a kind of reverse into the clap. So if we listen to this on its own. Makes the second one a bit more interesting. So let's do it. And that's it. I think all the other sounds are a bit weird, but let's just do that. And then we can just choose so the Maschine doesn't blow up. I think if we get rid of all the other sounds. Great. And then we'll just do it again. So once again, we'll do... What is that? We're going to have to try and use that. Reggae. We'll give it a go. That'll do. What other sounds could we use? picturing more. Definitely need a coffee. So that's good. We've got these other sounds. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see if something else. Save it as well. Save it. Right. Oh, that's a good one. There we go. Perfect. There we go. That works because these are kind of getting answered by the vocal this here. So if we just play these on our own. So it's got a kind of call and answer. We've got call, answer, and then another answer. So that's why I think it sounds all right. Why not? Ah, can sound like a breakdown. Yes. This could be it. That's all right. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't. Right. Nice. So let's add some tops, some like high-end fizz, just as a kind of layer. So we'll go to loops, tops, play in context again. That one. We'll put a filter, so we just want the top end of that. So high pass, get rid of that. And we want it to bounce with the kick as well, so we can put the side chain on again. There we go. Yes. Get the shakers in. Perfect. Let's have a look at this. Yes. Perfect. So the drums have got to be good on its own. Like they've got to stand up on their own, otherwise you get bored of them. There's probably a bit more I could add, maybe some high percussion. Was doing, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to do. Right. I mean, that sounds pretty good. I'll save that. It's just a case of, is that enough drums on its own? I think it sounds pretty good. I mean, this is one of the first few times I've actually used a tom bass line. Very simple, but I mean, normally I use a massive sub bass or respace, but this one is not too bad. And I think as a first stream, this goes. I mean, you've got to try these things out, but I think it sounds pretty good. Yes. And there we go. I think that as a first stream is not too bad at all. So I think that is enough. I think it's time for another coffee. And I'll probably come back in and work on an existing track because I need to do some mixing. Got about 4 tracks to sort out, so we'll probably go through that. But yeah, I think it's time for a coffee. So I'll see you very shortly.